The mask smiled. It was impossible. Its mouth was carved wood, its expression fixed. And yet, as I held it in my hands, the lips pulled upward in a slow, deliberate arc, the way skin stretches when someone tries to hide a cruel thought. I felt it move against my palm. I felt it breathe. The cold would turn faintly warm under my touch, like it was waking up. That's when I realized it wasn't smiling at me. It was smiling with me. I didn't want to look into its eyes, but I couldn't stop myself. They were no longer just painted glass. They glistened, moist, alive, and they watched me, not just watched, studied. The faint sound of whispering trickled into my head, a thread of silk winding tight. "You've been looking for me." I jerked my head back, nearly dropping it. That wasn't a sound in the air. It was inside me. The mask's mouth twitched again. "You wear other faces all the time. Why not mine?" I threw it into my backpack and yanked the zipper shut so hard the teeth bit my thumb. The forest around me was too still, the way it gets before lightning strikes. Every tree seemed closer than it had been. The air was thick with damp moss and something metallic, like blood. I started walking fast. The voice went quiet, for 10 steps. Then it returned, muffled, like it was speaking through fabric. "You're hiding me. Why hide something meant to be seen? We could be perfect together." I ignored it, focused on my boots hitting the ground. One step, then another. But then my skin began to itch. First along my jawline, then under my cheekbones, then deep in my scalp, like something was crawling just beneath the surface. I scratched my cheek and froze. My fingers traced sharper angles than I remembered. My jawline felt cleaner, tighter, like someone had carved away the softness. I stopped walking. My breath turned shallow, and then my skin moved. I felt it tighten, as though invisible hands were pulling it upward from my chin toward my temples. I swung my backpack around, unzipped it just enough to peek inside. The mask lay there, still and expressionless. Except it wasn't my mask anymore. It was me. The face staring back was mine, but perfected, flawless skin, eyes too bright, a symmetry that felt unnatural. Its lips moved silently, almost there. I zipped it shut and took off running. Branches clawed at my arms. Roots snagged my boots. The forest floor blurred beneath me, but no matter how far I went, the trees didn't change, thick trunks, endless shadows. The voice grew sharper, closer. "Don't run. It hurts when you run." My foot caught a root. I hit the ground hard. My breath knocked out of me. My backpack slid away, skidding into the moss. The zipper tore open. The mask rolled out, stopping a few feet away, upright, facing me. It blinked. I scrambled back on my elbows. The moss under my palms felt strange, too soft, almost spongy. I looked down. It wasn't moss at all. It was flesh, pale, pores opening and closing as if breathing. The mask's eyes locked on mine. "Stop. You'll ruin the face." The itching on my skin turned into fire. I clawed at my cheek, and strips of pale, translucent skin came away under my nails. I stared at them, horrified. The mask smiled wider, and then it began to slide toward me, not rolling, not crawling, floating as if the air itself carried it. I tried to get up, but the ground moved. Roots curled upward like fingers, gripping my ankles. The trees leaned closer, sealing off the sky. The mask pressed itself against my face before I could turn away. Darkness swallowed everything. Cold spread across my skin down to my bones. I couldn't breathe until suddenly I could, but it wasn't my breath, and I wasn't looking through my own eyes. The forest was gone. In its place, a vast, black hall lined with rows of unmoving figures. Each wore a mask. Each stood in silence. Some masks were beautiful, others grotesque, twisted into expressions of eternal agony. Every one of them turned to look at me. A figure stepped forward. Its mask was cracked, riddled with deep black veins. It spoke without moving its mouth. "Once you wear one of us, you belong here. I tore the mask away from my face. I was back in the forest, gasping. My knees shook. The sun, if there even was a sun, hung lower, leaking pale light through the branches. I looked down at the mask in my hands. It wasn't wood anymore. It was my own face. I threw it and ran. But the forest rearranged itself. Paths closed. Trees shifted. No matter which way I turned, I ended up in the same clearing. The mask lay in the center, waiting. I backed away, heart hammering. "You can't outrun your own face," the voice said. The ground trembled. Something tall emerged from the shadows. A figure with a mask far older than mine. Its surface worn smooth, its hands long and clawed. It reached for me, not for the mask. For me. I turned to run, but my legs were stiff. My arms heavy. My skin pale, seamless. I stumbled, falling beside a puddle. The reflection wasn't mine. It was the mask's. It smiled. And so did I.